The impact that we're having on these beaches is huge. What we want to understand is how far down deep in the beach, in the sand itself, is the plastic. All of these big pieces that we see here, those will break down over time and turn into microplastics. They never disappear completely. And so we're able to measure what the microplastics are in them. Down to about 40 centimeters, we could still see small pieces all the way down. We've been studying this part of Puerto Rico, southwest Puerto Rico, for about 10 to 15 years, looking at water quality inland, but also in the ocean, and how that was affecting coral reefs in this part of the world. So this study is designed to really look at how the volume of trash changes over time. We've been doing these studies at multiple beaches as well as multiple locations in the river at different times during the year to try to compare what is happening so that we can maybe better be able to manage the situation here in Puerto Rico. So we measure sometimes 200 kilograms of trash on a single beach like this in just one weekend that we collect. We also find, so it's not just Puerto Ricans and Puerto Rico, but this is a global problem. One of these local beaches, we find trash from Africa that's come very, very far. We also found a label from Brazil that was printed, the date was on the label. It was dated 2015, and we found it in 2023 on a beach in Puerto Rico. And so I think one of the things that we need to do is there needs to be some more education for people to understand that when they leave their trash in their barrio or in the dry riverbed, that will come down here every time it rains. And so the more that we can do to educate people on what they should do with their trash and what they shouldn't do with it, and maybe looking at ways to go back to just maybe reducing the amount that we use to begin with. As a scientist, my role, my responsibility in that is to try to understand what is happening so that we know what's happening, so that people like Glennis and Alali and other organizations can figure out the best ways to educate people, can figure out the best ways to manage the problem so that we can reduce it. We know what the problem is now. We have a good understanding. And so now we just have to change and improve and make things better.